Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we are going to be talking about my most hotly anticipated figures of 2019. Right, it's mostly going to be 1/6 scale, but there is going to be a mix of scales in here. These are just the figures that I am really looking forward to this year. First one I'm going to talk about is the Hot Toys John Wick figure. I think this is based on him from John Wick 2. It's a rare thing when Hot Toys release a non-Marvel Star Wars figure, and this one is based on the phenomenal action character John Wick. He looks stunning with a nicely tailored suit and intricate weaponry. This looks to be the pinnacle of John Wick figures, and I can't wait to put him into my movie icons collection. Also, as a side note, I'm really looking forward to Neo. This really does seem to be the year for Keanu Reeves. Now, I know Neo has already been released in Hong Kong, but as of today, he still hasn't been dropped by Sideshow, and I'm still waiting for my one. So, yeah, he is definitely one I'm looking forward to. Next up is the Infinity War Thanos by Hot Toys. Now, this guy was a real surprise when the movie came out. His motivations were clear, and Josh Brolin helped make him a surprisingly relatable character. Infinity War was truly about him, and it looks as if Hot Toys are going to be doing a great service to him. At this point, they are well versed in giving us really nice looking Infinity Gauntlets. And the fact their head sculpts are pushing 1/6 scale to the next level means I anticipate a truly eye-catching piece to stand alongside my other Marvel characters. And a recent teaser pic by JC Hong suggests that a truly great piece is coming. Next up is the Mezco, Hela and Thor figures from Thor Ragnarok. Now, we know what to expect from Mezco at this point, but I'm really looking forward to more Ragnarok figures after getting the Hulk. And I especially want a non-helmeted Thor and Hela to put on my shelf. And these look to be the best sculpted versions of those so far. Really looking forward to these. I hope they turn out to be just as good as I think they will be. Next up is the Hot Toys Deathstroke. The prototype looks amazing. I love the design of his suit from Arkham Knight, and despite their inability to pose much, the Arkham Knight figures look stunning. This guy is going to add a shade of colour to my Batman shelf that's sorely missing, which is orange, and I secretly hope he can pose better than Batman, but honestly, I'm not holding my breath. I just think this will be a real standout piece and an eye catcher, just like the Arkham Knight Batman is. Next up is the 1/6 Ring Toys Misty Midnight, also known as the Jack the Ripper figure. I've got the deluxe version on pre-order, and it's something a lot of people haven't even seen, and it's been creeping around in the background, very much like the character himself. I'm very interested in this because as a young man I became very interested in all things Jack the Ripper for a while, and this anime-inspired steampunk reimagining just instantly caught my eye. It feels a little bit like the Hot Toys Ichabod Crane, and I may be tempted to swap the head for something else to complement the figure. He comes with a ton of extra items, enough for any diorama-hungry collector, and the whole package was something I just couldn't pass up, including a very nice diorama piece of a London street with a sort of street light there. I'm not sure if it lights up. There was a suggestion that it will, but I'm not 100% certain. And he comes with like a bag with loads of tools and accessories in. The coat looks great. The clothing looks amazing. Honestly, I can't talk about this anymore. I'm really looking forward to it. It's nice and bloody. It's a bit grim. And it's a bit of a deviation for me because I normally go for superheroes and movie icons, whereas this is actually a standalone piece, not from any IP. So here's hoping it comes out as good as the prototype. Next up, we've got Mezco Sovereign Batman. Given Mezco have been doing some really nice Batman figures, I am really looking forward to this release. More for the shorter ears head sculpt, but they all look fantastic anyway. The suit feels like a new 52 style, and all the batarangs, hands, and the bat drone just make this one I'm really looking forward to getting, and I hope Mezco knock that one out of the park. Now, I did warn you that there was going to be more than 1/6 scale in here, and that's because I've got a slew of pre-orders going across all scales. And one that I've been seeing recently, and I'm really looking forward to now that I've seen the actual release, is the Great Twins T800 from T2. I've seen a couple of videos emerging online, and this looks like it's going to be a lovely release. From the orgy of accessories to the head sculpt and the interchangeable neck pieces, this is shaping up to be a fantastic release. I get the feeling that this is a hook figure, you know, like an early release pumped out to hook collectors and get them interested in the line. They tend to go overboard with the accessories and all the extra bits, and then with future releases they kind of pull back a little bit and you don't get as much, but you know, you're invested in the actual IP by then, so you start collecting all the figures. And I get a feeling that's what's going to happen here. But it still looks to be absolutely fantastic. It looks well worth its money, and I'm really itching now for this because I need my fix. Okay, and finally, something I did not expect to be on my list at all, if I'm being brutally honest. For some strange reason, I saw a video of it on Toys TV and I just had to instantly pre-order it, and that is the 380 DLX scale Bumblebee. I'm interested in what this new scale can offer. Smaller than 1/6 most likely, maybe 1/24 for similar. He's about 8 inches tall, maybe that's to the head and not the car doors on his back. But it's just going to be a bit bigger than the average 1/12, maybe close to 1/9 possibly, or 1/10. It looks great with the die-cast skeletal frame and some really nice paint applications. We'll see if the figure is really as good as the ones released to the media outlets, or if they just deliberately chose the absolute best to show them off. Time will tell, but I just love the design of this Bumblebee. The new movie came out and I actually haven't seen that film yet. I hope to see it in the next few weeks. But it just looks like the original Bumblebee, like a classic Volkswagen Beetle. And the design and the sculpt is a lot less harsh than what you see in the Michael Bay Transformers movies. In those movies, he's very angular and he looks far more aggressive. But in this, there's a bit more warmth to the character, and I think 3A have captured that fantastically. And I'm really interested, because of the amount of space I have in my collection, I'm really interested in a sort of smaller scale at this point, but with all the qualities of a 1/6. So here's hoping that they manage to achieve what they set out to do and give us an amazing Bumblebee figure. Okay guys, that's it. That's my most anticipated figures from all the scales that I've got on pre-order. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and if you could do me a favour now, if you could get the fuck out of my cave, I'd really appreciate it. I've got a lot of saving to do. Hey Wally, where you going? Come back here. Coward.